Come over.
Hello.
Now is not the time to hide.
Hello.
Let me fix my hair and my makeup. Hello, everybody.
Let me move this over just a bit.
Yeah, come closer. There you go.
You're sure you can just see that little piece right there? So welcome. I'm not seeing here. I don't know who's on here, but thank you for being here. Hello. Oh, here we go.
Bar Run Forge. Three howdies.
Yeah.
Howdy. Come on, come closer. There you go.
He likes me.
Hey guys, happy Sunday afternoon to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4 p.m. here. And Two Family Homestead just walked in the door.
Hello.
Sherry, I forget her husband's name, the Holter Camps. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. I can't think of his name.
I actually see your little dog every day because since the picnic, oh my goodness, the picnic name just slipped my mind.
The Heartland Homesteader Picnic.
Thank you. You gave my kids stickers and they put it on the water bottle, and they have it on their water bottle. So every day I see your little doggy.
Yep. That was a good tactic.
Yeah, it was.
That little sticker.
They actually have removed several of the stickers, but those have remained.
His name is Daryl, and he's watching NASCAR. Let's go.
Yeah. Hello, Daryl. Oh, Daryl's watching NASCAR. So what did you want to talk about today, Papa Bear? I didn't come in here. Usually, like, we get together and, like, we chit-chat, like, hey, this is what we're going to discuss.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to do.
And I didn't. I did not come in. I was in the RV.
Yeah.
We're
just going to chit-chat with these wonderful people.
Oh, so Two Family Homestead said, I have more I can send them. Oh, thank you very much. Like I said, they have it on their water bottle, and they love your little doggy. Then this other thing, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was like a little plastic dog piece. Anyways, I remember what they did with it. Having a little treasure.
I got to show you guys my new shirt. My wife got me this shirt for Valentine's Day.
It's backwards.
It looks like it's backwards. Darn it. It says, "You be careful. People in masks cannot be trusted." It's from the movie Princess Bride. So we're big Princess Bride fans here.
Yeah, we are.
And
that and Nacho Libre.
And Nacho Libre is okay too.
So when I saw that shirt, I fell in love with it. I actually tried getting it for him for Christmas, but it was sold out. And so I had been keeping my eye out. And so for Valentine's Day, I found it back in stock. Oh, Eric came in. Hello, Eric.
Hey, Eric. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for joining us. Eric's been pretty faithful these last about a month. He's on here every Sunday.
Sorry, I was reading Barb. Barb.
You keep saying that word.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
Yeah, that's a good line.
It is.
Throw some more up there. There's a lot of good lines in that movie.
I actually looked up the word inconceivable because I was like, what does it mean? Like, he's always saying that word, and it does usually mean what he's saying.
Yeah, like not comprehensible.
Yeah.
Like, can't believe it.
Yeah.
Inconceivable.
Yeah, and actually, I like to say Paul, farm boy. But he doesn't say that as you wish. The kids usually say it for him, but he doesn't. I'm going to get him a shirt that says that. So he at least says it in a roundabout way.
It's been nice.
Yeah, it is.
We've had a lot of rain these last couple of days. It's raining really hard. We're in a building. This little room that we're in, this craft room, is inside of a metal building. So we can really hear the rain right outside this door. It's raining really hard.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it was supposed to be raining the last 3 days. And then the last 2 days was kind of mild. But today was in the afternoon because it wasn't like that in the morning. It was like, okay. Here it comes. We actually got a couple flash flood warnings. So be mindful of that.
Yeah, we're not in a very low area, so we don't have much to worry about. But
My biggest thing is slipping with the mud.
it gets wet.
Mm-hmm.
But the snow has cleared all out where we're at. I was just sending comments back and forth with Celtic Roots Farm, and they said they just got another 10 inches of snow. So luckily we're not dealing with any more snow at the moment. It's all melted away. What was it, Monday or Tuesday?
Went to the store?
No, the snow melted all the way.
I have it written down in my planner. I don't know right now.
Yeah, it rained that day and took the snow out. So that was awesome.
To the pain then. Hello, Bryce.
Hey, Bryce. Bryce Mosher.
And then Eric said he'll be right back. He went to go do a poem for your teacher, for his teacher. What kind of poem?
Yeah, you can write your poem in the chat and we'll read it to everybody. We'll read it to our vast listening audience. I was looking at StreamYard, and I've been wanting to get StreamYard so that we can share screen. I think it's called screencasting. So I've been looking into StreamYard. I didn't want to venture into that and experiment with it during the live stream yet because I don't have enough experience with it.
We did try doing that one time. Well, it wasn't with the StreamYard. It was with the double screen, and that was an adventure.
Yeah.
It was not a good idea.
Yeah, we hooked up a second monitor to the laptop, and for some reason we couldn't hear the audio. I think we actually had to redo the whole stream and rerun it.
Well, the screen had frozen, remember?
Yeah.
And so they said they could see us, but we couldn't see ourselves.
And that's tricky.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that would be that hard, but when you're sitting there and you don't know what everybody's seeing, it's just kind of hard.
Yeah, it's true.
Kind of need that monitor.
So Barrun mentioned that they use on the phone the StreamYard. Is that what it says?
They use yeah.
It says something else.
They use it on their phone. So I guess it does a workaround of Streamlabs.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a workaround so that you can use your phone on YouTube live streams without having the stream count. Streamlabs, he emphasized the labs. Without having the subscriber count, so they don't let you just use a mobile device unless you have 1,000 subscribers, I believe. Something like that.
Actually, we had an adventure. Our camera, my Canon camera, won't work. It won't even turn on. Paul and was it Caspian went to go use it. It gave him some kind of error, and since then it won't turn on. There's nothing.
Well, when we were messing with it, it wouldn't turn off. So we're talking about a what is the official SLR? It's like an official camera. My wife got it years ago. 3 or 4 years ago, to do YouTube videos on her craft channel. She has a craft channel, by the way.
That I'm not very famous.
She hasn't made videos in a while, but that's the reason right? That was the initial reason that you got that. She wanted to make some high quality videos, so we got that, but now it's acting up. So I recorded a video on, what day was that? Thursday. I was trying to record it Wednesday because the snow was all gone and it was nice out, but the wind was really high. It was like 15 miles an hour. And I couldn't get any good audio. It was just, so then on Thursday I recorded some stuff. So this week we've actually had a pretty momentous week. We've had a lot of really cool things going on around here, and we made a video about it. I'm still editing it. I was up late last night editing it, but we got to chop it up. The guy that's on there does a lot of rambling, and it's like a 50-minute raw video, so we got to chop it up. I don't want to give too many spoilers and tell you everything that's in it, but we'll tell you a little bit. So, do you want to tell them one?
Well, I don't know if this is the one you want to tell them, so I'm saying nothing.
Go ahead, just tell them one.
No.
All right. So, one big surprise that we had this week was we had our first lamb born, our first baby sheep. The mother, the ewe sheep, we got her in September. We got her with 5 other lambs. She was pretty young. We kind of guesstimated she was like 6 or 7 months old. So we didn't think it was possible that she could be bred yet. Real life with the Rosses. Hey guys.
Hello, welcome. So actually,
thanks for joining us.
We didn't know that she was pregnant.
Yeah, we had no idea that she was bred. So we put our ram in with the females, with the ewes in December, the beginning of December. So that means we would be having May and June lambs. So I'll talk about the timing on that at another time. But so none of the sheep should have been having lambs to May or June. And we walked out there, and there's a little sheep just standing there. Like, where did you come from? So, I mean, I could tell she was getting bigger faster than the rest of them, but I didn't think she was that close because it was inconceivable. So, yeah, we were like blown away. Like, how did this sheep have a lamb? So the only thing we can deduct is that she was bred, right before we got her. She had to have gotten pregnant just before we got her. And lucky us, we had our first lamb born. It is a ewe. It is a female. We try to take the hands-off approach. That is so. One of the reasons it's so momentous is because this is our first time having sheep, and this is our first time having a lamb. So this is like our first real livestock born. So we've had chickens and hatched chickens out, and we've had bunnies, but like like full-size livestock. This is a first for us. So this was a pretty momentous occasion. And then it was a ewe lamb, so that's a plus, which means that we can breed her.
And I know that in a lot of the videos that you watch, Greg Judy, I think, is the one that says like hands-off approach. And it sounds really good in theory, but when you see it and you're like, oh, well, me anyways, I'm like, oh, I want to touch it, I want to hold it, I want to help it. And so it's actually a little bit more difficult than it looks, like I said, for me personally. Yeah. Especially because the little ewe is so adorable. She's got these like big feet. She looks almost like those they're not Beanie Babies, I think. They have those giant eyes, but these have like giant little feet. And she's got huge little hooves, but then the rest of her is really small. And so for a little bit, we didn't know who the mom was. And that was an adventure. Remember, she kept going to the ram. She kept going to Frodo. And we're like, no, that's Frodo. Like, who's its mom? And
that's the male, the ram.
And then eventually it started crying. And then the mom came over and looked at it like, were you touching my stuff?
Yeah, the mothers are very scent oriented, so you don't want to be messing with them. So the title of last week's live stream was Strength Through Struggle. And then subtitle was How Much Human Intervention is Required. So one thing that we're really learning with the sheep is that the less human contact that you make, especially around the lambing, the less problems that you're going to have.
Allison!
Hey, Allison.
She says she wishes she could see the lamb. Me too. Oh my goodness. I miss you so much. So Allison is our friend from Louisville. And we haven't been able to go up, partly because of the weather has been so crazy. I don't know how it's over there in Louisville, but it's crazy here. And then Bryce says, congratulations on the new edition.
Thank you, Bryce.
So it's been crazy weather here. We got snowed in. I don't know if we talked about our snow in adventure last live stream. I don't remember now, but we had, we got snowed in for, what was it, my love, over a week? Couldn't leave, and so it's been crazy. So we finally got kind of back to normal, not the weather. Finally warmed up. We were able to go to the store and do several things we had to do. So that was bueno. So I said all that to say that's the reason, one of the reasons why we haven't been to Louisville.
Yeah, and the snow is not as difficult as the ice. The ice on our driveway has quite an incline. So if the ice is too bad, we can't really stop the car going down. And then right across the street is a big ravine, like a big creek. So that is what kind of kept us here. I mean, in an emergency, we could have found a way to get out, but we had enough supplies and stuff that we didn't have to do anything drastic. I didn't have to go to work, like, per se. Oh, I got a little thing I wanted to share with you guys, too, that I don't think I had shared with you guys. I am officially a grave digger.
Dun-dun-dun!
Not a gold digger, a grave digger. So I landed a little job. It's a, I guess you can call it a permanent job, but it's not a full-time job. So I'm working with a, hey, Eric, before I forget, I saw you come back. Welcome back. And
Thank you for the compliment.
We're ready for the poem whenever you're ready. And we'll definitely give you some feedback on that.
And thank you for the compliment.
So so I got a job setting up. There's like a little canvas tent, and then we set up like the lowering device for the casket. It may sound kind of grim, but it's actually, I mean, aside from the fact that, you know, there are people that are in a mourning state, I've done 5 of them now, and most of the time the people are already quite past the real emotional state. So I don't have to really deal with that a whole lot. So it's not that bad on that aspect. But it seems like the consistency of work is probably between it's so random. So it actually fits our schedule pretty good today. So I told you what the job entails. It's setting up the tent, and then basically adding the dirt back in. They send a like a digger machine out to make the hole, and then we come in and kind of do the ceremonial part of it at the end. And then scheduling is really random. So I just get a call a couple days ahead of time and go and do that. And
then Real Life said congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, and Copperhead. Hello, Copperhead.
I don't know what they're congratulating me on. Probably on the sheep.
Well, no, one, the addition, and then later on was the job. You were talking about the job. So Copperhead, Paul missed. So you have to check out Paul's
shirt. You got to see my shirt. My new shirt. My wife got it for me for Valentine's Day. It's a Princess Bride inspired shirt. Got a little theme on there. Hey, Daniel, I saw you on Edible Acres channel. I was watching the replay. That was a really good question and answer session. I actually watched the whole thing. I was like, I'll skim through this and see if there's anything on here. And then, man, there was a lot of good content on there. And I saw that you had asked about the. I mentioned Princess Bride on my sermon outline this morning.
I'll have to check it out.
That's cool.
We love Princess Bride.
Yeah, you had found the link, right? To his.
I did, and then I watched the sermon that he mentioned about the ice skating, and he can do it so long as he doesn't enjoy it. Yeah. I watched that one. So I have to go check it out again.
Yes, so
fun storming the castle.
Have fun storming the castle, boys.
Do you think they'll make it? No chance, or something along those
Do
lines.
you think they stand a chance?
I like to say to him, I'm not a witch, I'm your wife.
I'm not a witch, I'm your wife.
I saw a mug and I saw a cup and I was tempted, but I was like, nah. And then Copperhead, you mentioned you had come in and we mentioned we got a little you born, and so that was exciting. It'll take a miracle. That's what it was.
That's right. This guy's got it.
Yeah, he does. I actually got the
This
kids.
guy or gal?
I got the kids that book for Christmas. I actually had another cover of The Princess Bride, but when my father-in-law was here, they were watching it, and in the beginning, the movie, he's reading the book, and I was like, I want a really nice copy for the kids, and so I got it for them for Christmas. And Victoria has become the reader, the
storyteller.
Well, first she did it because she was reading, and then the kids are like, I read it out loud, and now she's become their nighttime storyteller, and so she's obligated to read to them every night, and so she read to them the whole Princess Bride. So yeah, it was a really good book.
Yeah, they read like 20 minutes every night before they go to bed. It's kind of their wind down thing, so they like doing it.
Yeah. Victoria's a really good reader. Sometimes she corrects me, and I'm like, shh, I'm the teacher here. She's like, Mommy read that wrong. I read it once. Great book. Follows the movie really well. The kids were saying that too. There are a few parts that I don't remember at the top of my head that's not in the movie, but they're like, it's a really, really good book. And so the one that we got is really pretty, and so they're looking forward to my in-laws being here, and so when they are here in the summer, and he's going to be obligated to read to them. He doesn't know that yet.
Grandpa?
Yeah. They're like, Grandpa reads in the book, the movie, and so he has to read it too.
Yeah, we're looking forward to summer. Speaking of that, we have a couple of guests lined up to come visit us. My dad and my stepmom should be coming, and then they're trying to plan some stuff with my nephews to come, which is my sister's sons, and they are very close in age to our kids, just a year off. And then the younger ones, the same age as our older ones. So they've always gotten together really good. So we're looking forward to that. We haven't seen them for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
We're still trying to convince my sister and her husband to come. So we'll see how that goes.
Before you go, continue talking, Paul. A Rural Life mentioned they got to get going. It was nice seeing us. Thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us for a little bit. And they're all saying bye to her. So thank you.
Thanks for the thumbs up.
Yeah, thank you for the thumbs up and the comments. She was very active. So thank you. Thank you.
If you guys haven't given us a thumbs up, please do. Please.
Yeah.
Please. Please. Oh, look it. There we go. We got another one.
So yeah, so my nephews are coming, and it's not a guarantee yet, but it's they're talking about it, and we're pretty excited. And so we'll see. The kids are already planning stuff. Oh, when they're here, we're gonna do this, this, and this. So we'll see. We're looking forward to it.
It is super wet here, Daniel. It's raining right now. It's raining really hard. We can hear the rain on the tin roof in the workshop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been raining the last couple of days. We'll get a pretty nice break during the daytime. We usually have 3 or 4 hours the last couple of days. And then today we had a good little break where we could get out and do what we needed to do. But in the evenings, this rain's been rolling in and just soaking the place.
Mm-hmm.
I actually need to make I think one of my next videos will be showing this, and it is making a drain for an overflow drain for the water catchment system. So we collect rainwater off of this workshop. But one problem that we have is because there's no drain to divert the water farther along and away from the building, we're basically soaking the area right next to the foundation, which is not a good thing. Most of the time, we get these light rains, and it doesn't even fill up the system. But now the system's been full for a while, and it's just overflowing right away. Yeah, the crickets and the frogs are out, or at least the frogs are. I haven't been hearing many crickets, but that just started what, 2 or 3 nights ago.
Yeah, it was actually really neat because we had the windows open. We're like, the frogs and the birds, and I love the birds. There's one bird, there's the bob white, but there's another one that I don't know the name of it. That one of Paul's nicknames for me is Darling Little Tweet or Little Tweet. And this little bird's chirp sounds like it's saying little tweet, little tweet, little tweet.
Yeah.
And so we're like, it's calling, I gotta go. So we pretend that it's the siren. And they came back out. So I mean there was birds, but that particular bird came back. And so we've been enjoying that little bird, and I don't know why it like really makes me happy hearing him. Little tweet, little tweet.
And we tell her that it's beckoning her to come outside.
Yeah, actually one time I was like, no. And I was like talking to the bird, but the kids were with me. And I was like, no. And they're like, what are you talking about, Mom? I'm like, the bird. And so they like all stayed quiet, and the bird stopped. And so they're like, I don't hear it. And then like you could hear it again in the background, like this message was not for you. Let me see here. There's someone maybe catch basin to a small retention pond. He's actually been wanting to do another pond.
Yeah, I want to do a pond, but I want to do one up by our tobacco barn, which is it's probably about 200 feet away from the house and away from the workshop, and that will catch water off of the tobacco barn. And then I want to make like a kind of like a swale or a small ditch around that hill to bring water into the pond. If any of you guys know a good permaculture designer, please share that in the comments. Put that in there. I really need to get somebody just to kind of give me a once over before I finalize what I think I want to do. I've started kind of designing our property, but I don't really feel comfortable just going, all right, let's go. Because I need somebody to go through it and just say, hey, is there any flaws or anything that, you know, stands out to somebody with a little more experience in that?
And then there, Bryce said that he still has 16 inches of snow and he's ready for the mud and rain. My heart goes out to you because I know we had some snow and I was like tapped out. I'm like, I'm done with this snow. And so I cannot imagine it's still lingering. So my heart goes out to you.
Yeah, Bryce, I think, Bryce, you're in Michigan, right? If I remember right. Yeah, they get snow a lot heavier than we do. I think he's actually near Baker's Green Acres, because I think I remember seeing him on Mark Baker's channel quite a bit.
One thing that I was not expecting was the black ice. That was I mean, I knew there was black ice. My sister lives in Washington, and she's always Washington State. She's always like, oh, black ice, black ice. But when we had the snow, it was like la la la. Yeah, I fell a couple times. One time, Paul's like, "What are you doing? Resting?" And I'm like, "Yep, just resting." And I'd fallen again. Thankfully, it wasn't like damage. Like the first time was like damage, and my ankle actually still acts up every now and then. But yeah, it's something to get used to. And even the road, we're walking to church, and we're like slipping and sliding, and I'm like, oh, this black ice. So Bryce mentioned they are in northern Lower Michigan.
He's 4 miles from Mark. That's pretty cool. You're practically neighbors.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
If you move your curtains, crap. I missed something.
Maybe there's a grasshopper back there somewhere.
No, it shouldn't be.
What are you talking about, Eric?
I want to move it back a little bit
You
that way.
only see grasshopper. Okay. So one thing that one little note that I had here that I've been finding a lot of useful information on is Facebook groups. So this week I had been wanting to start getting some grass seed to reseed our sheep pasture, just the overall property in general, because there's some areas where our grass is kind of like it's been disturbed and it's kind of been like overgrazed, or the type of grass that's in there. We have a lot of broom sedge. I know that we have some mineral deficiencies and we need some lime, but we also need to reseed those areas. And I wasn't really sure what grass to get because there's so many different varieties. And the sheep, they have different grasses that are more beneficial to them. So I put out a post on a couple of the sheep groups. There's one that's local for our county, and then there's one that's like for the state of Kentucky, and then there's one that's a national one. It's called like Sheep Producers. So I just put out a comment that said like, can anybody share information about what you use for seeding pasture for sheep? And I wrote down just some thoughts, should I use Kentucky 31 or should I use Kentucky bluegrass, clover, what type of clover, any other suggestions? And I got a ton of feedback, really helpful stuff. So I had gone to the store. I went to a seed store. There was like a seed and feed store. And then I went to Rural King. And like I said, there was so many different options in there that I was having a hard time deciding. Ashley asked, what part of Kentucky are you in? How many acres did you get? If you mentioned it before, I must have missed it. So Ashley, we are in South Central Kentucky. We're about 30 minutes east of Glasgow, Kentucky, and we're on an 8-acre property.
And Eric mentioned that we missed a comment. And so I looked back up there, and he was talking about that they have tons of locusts that are eating their crops. So he's saying that's where the grasshopper comes in. I was like, oh my goodness. So that's scary. That's a lot of locusts. That almost reminds me of those things like we saw in the film that they can like come in and like eat a whole bunch of stuff.
Or like the Exodus.
Yeah.
The plague.
But I wasn't there that time. So the Exodus.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that one. But I saw in National Geographic's the locusts coming, or maybe it was on YouTube. But anyways, they come in and they were like eating a whole bunch of stuff. So my heart goes out to you. I don't know if you mentioned, are they eating your crop, Eric?
Well, yeah, they're not very discriminatory. From what I understand, they eat everything.
What I'm saying is if he has like his stuff in a greenhouse or something. I know you can say so much, don't. Let me see. See, I put my foot in my mouth a lot. So sometimes when I read stuff, I'm like,
yeah, orchard grass is good. We have orchard grass on the front part of our property in some areas. So our grass is actually, in the last couple of days, our grass is starting to come in pretty good. I was actually tempted to start putting the sheep on there, but I don't want them to, nip it in the bud, as they say, and start chewing up all the little sprouts that are coming up. We got to let the grass get established before we get the sheep on. So we have some areas in the back. We got about 2 acres. They're in a lower portion of the property that we never got any of the livestock on this last year, and the grass is probably up near 36 inches, 3 feet tall, and they're knocking all that down right now. There's not a lot of green in there, but we're supplementing them with some hay, that organic hay. So one thing that we have learned about the grass is that there's fescue, and fescue can be end-of-fight free. The majority of fescues have end-of-fight, which, correct me if I'm wrong, endophyte is a fungus, and it's actually beneficial from what I hear, is it helps the plant through drought. So the endophyte can be a bad thing, though, because it causes an irritation. It's like an allergic reaction to a lot of the sheep. And the endophyte free fescue will be softer, like it's more gentle to their system. So the organic hay that we got was endophyte free. Hey, Pete's Little Homestead, we saw you come
Hi,
on.
Pete. And then Barun said, if you have hillside, the orchard grass helps for alfalfa.
Hillside?
We do, actually.
Hayside. Oh, okay. Yeah, like sloped land.
We do. We do have tons of hills. And then
Sheep are not always fans of Timothy. Plus, it's not great nutrition.
and look what Eric wrote.
Uncle Pete's.
No, not ours, but it's pretty sad. Sí, ¿ya ves? Talking about the locust.
So it's not ours.
Remember, I asked like if the locust was eating his,
Oh.
and you're like, "Of course it is," and he's saying it's not.
Oh. Okay.
And then let's see here. Oh, they're talking about different types of grass. So Ashley's saying, are your kids in school now? I'm currently homeschooling and wanting to homestead, but I'm a bit concerned for my kids' social circle. Sorry. Wondering how they are enjoying it. So our kids are homeschooled. They've actually been homeschooled since the beginning. As far as socializing, we do socialize quite a bit with our neighbors, and then we're part of our local church nearby, and then we have our friends in Louisville. And so that's the majority of the interaction the kids have. On Wednesdays, we do go to a youth night, and so they interact with some other kids. Their social circle has definitely diminished in comparison to Tucson because we were in a larger church, and now we're in a smaller church. And back home in Tucson, they had their cousins, and so now it's more like letter writing and FaceTime. And then sometimes when they do live streams, like I know Copperhead, the other day, he was on there, and his kids were there, and my kids were there, and they were saying hi to each other. And so it isn't like an actual face-to-face, but the kids are like, yay, I got recognized. Remember when his son was there? He said hello.
Who's son?
The Copperhead. Daniel's kids. So that's the majority of the socializing. But I do see the great improvement. And so we kind of weigh it in the balance, because sometimes it's really good for them to socialize, but at the same time, sometimes their exposure is not good. So it's almost like the balance. That's kind of the way I see it.
Yeah, our kids, if you've ever been around our kids can hold a conversation with anybody from 100 years old to 2 years old. So they're probably not the best judges because they've always been in public areas, and I don't know where they really get it from, because we're not go up to everybody and talk to them. But a lot of kids are like that. I think to a certain extent, we try and be protective. I'm talking about we as parents in general try to be protective of our kids and kind of stymie that and hold them back from being, from making conversation to a certain extent. And then it just kind of kills that early on, because kids don't have, they don't, to a certain degree, they don't have that self-consciousness. They don't have a whole lot holding them back.
The stranger danger.
Yeah, they have no fear of what anybody thinks, whatever anybody might do to them. So they'll just talk to anybody. And we never really constricted that and said, hey, no, don't talk to those guys. We're protected of them where we don't, allow them to get into strange situations or anything like that. But in public, hey, you can talk to anybody you want. Usually we're right there, right?
Actually, a friend of ours had one time told me that in public school, usually the kids are in with their peers, and so kids get accustomed to just being around their peers. So sometimes it actually creates a boundary. But with the kids, like you're saying, like they have no limitations, and so it's cute. They love our neighbors, neighbors across the way. They're older, and my kids genuinely love them, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to come and play?" Hey, there's no boundary. I mean, not that they're ignorant on the fact that they can't play the same things, but what I'm saying is he's so comfortable that he wants him to come and enjoy what we do here. And there was some comments up there.
Hold on a second. I got to open this door. You guys listen for this rain. It's coming down in waves now. Can you guys hear that rain? Does anybody hear that? It's coming down like Noah's time.
And then Eric mentioned earlier, Auntie, you're funny. Thank you.
Yeah, it is coming down.
I make myself laugh. And then Copperhead earlier said, "Hey, I forgot to tell you, I mentioned you in one of my videos the other day. I made a couple of nest boxes and used your design loosely."
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I usually catch the majority of your videos, Daniel, but I didn't remember seeing that. I know that you commented on our rabbit video that you were planning on building some nest boxes. So thanks for the mention. We always appreciate that.
Oh, it's right there. It is called Homesteading Life.
The name of the video, Homesteading and Life Tip. Improvise, adapt, and overcome.
And then, bar right there.
Bar Run Forward. If you have more sheep and pasture questions, let us know. We raised sheep for 40 years. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Plus, my son has an ag science degree from Morehead State. Right on. Yeah. I sure will. I appreciate that. So looking at the grass and what's coming up, in the winter, everything kind of dies back. So you see a lot of that separation that you normally wouldn't in the grow season. So I think the spacing that I'm seeing is nothing to be concerned about in a lot of spaces. There are a few places, that are slightly bare, but I don't think it's cause for concern. So I think what we're going to do is just try and keep the pasture at the right height this year. And correct me if I'm wrong on this, Bar Run Forge. We're shooting for 4 inches to 12 inches as a pasture height, grass height. And we're trying to keep the sheep in there on a constant rotation.
And then 2 people came in, Evan's family, and I didn't see theirs earlier.
Oh yeah, Evan's family snuck in here somehow.
Yeah, and Don Thomas, the Time Lord. Hello, hello.
Where's Don Thomas?
Right below.
He's the Time Lord?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, there's that Time Lord.
Yeah.
He even said hello, everyone, and I missed him. Hi, Don Thomas.
Hello.
Welcome to the live stream.
And then, let me see here.
Yeah, Daniel, that rain is coming down heavy.
And then Ashley said,
like a waterfall.
So, I hear you for sure about positive and negative social interactions. Thanks for your insight. You're welcome. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of help.
Yeah, actually, I think last time, maybe it was 3 or 4 weeks ago, you stopped on our live stream, and I tried connecting with you, looking for your YouTube channel or account or whatever, but I couldn't find it. But if you would send us an email, if you look on our about, actually I'll just type it in right here. Excuse me for the close-up. Here's my email address. So feel free to send me an email and maybe we can connect. I believe you're in Kentucky as well.
Don Thomas said something. Where did it go? Are your son's twins, are they identical twins? So funny story. Our twins are boy and girl, but our sons look so similar that when I say they're twins, people usually go, "Why is he much taller? Why is he a little taller than him?" Our daughter actually is taller than our son, but our twins are the boy and the girl.
And Homestead Aquarius is on. Said he's just popping on for a moment. You're welcome for the help with Homestead with Jess. If you guys don't know about it, Jess is part of the Homestead community. Her channel is called Keto Homestead with Jess, and they are having some problems. They got, from what I understand, they need help with their property taxes. Basically, what it comes down to. And they're at risk for losing their farm there. Mm-hmm. So every little bit helps. If you think you have 1,000 people and everybody just gave $5, that's $5,000. So I think that would get pretty close to helping them out. You can see the name of the channel is right there. Keto Homestead with Jess. It's in Homestead Aquarius's comment just there. So we helped out a little bit, and if you can do something to help, please do. If not, we understand. But just to mention that.
And then Barran mentioned, definitely not higher. 12 inches may be the top. That will also promote positive growth at ground level. It's called
Tillerine in grasses.
Oh, Ladybug came in. Tina Ladybug. Hello, Tina.
Hello, Tina Ladybug.
I had to double check. I'm like, am I looking at it right? And you're welcome, Ashley. And then Copperhead said, do you want me to put Keto's link?
Yeah, please do, Copperhead. That'd be excellent. So it's kind of starting to feel springish. I hate to jump the gun around here, but the daffodils are popping up. The geese are flying north. What other signs am I seeing? We get these little watercress plants, and last year the watercress came out later. And those seem to be an indicator plant. I'm trying to learn these little indicators to tie in, little parallels to what time of the year they pop up. So there's some things, if you're paying attention, we try and observe as much as we can. A lot of times we're walking around, we don't really know what we're looking at. If you don't know, we've only been in Kentucky for about a year and a half. So there's a lot of new things to us. There's a lot of new plants in Tucson, Arizona. There's not a lot of plants. And there's a whole lot of different plant species here, a whole lot of different weather patterns. There's a lot that's different. Mm-hmm. One reason people really like Arizona is because the weather doesn't change a whole lot. You don't really get storms. Arizona is a really good place for business. If you were a business like setting up manufacturing or something like that, weather is something that you really don't have to worry about a whole lot other than cooling during the summertime. I used to work in a plant that was like 200,000 square feet, and one of the biggest issues was keeping that place cool. So besides that, the weather's a great place.
So Homestead Aquarius mentioned spring is bang on the door for sure. I agree. I am loving those little flowers and all the indications. I'm really excited. Even the bugs, the ants are coming back. Them rascals.
Yeah, and the little spiders are coming out. Yeah, it's hard to say,
And
Hard
then
to say if it's too soon.
someone twin something came in. I saw it. Where did it
Hey, my
go?
dad's here.
Hey, Billy.
You caught the tail end, Dad. Thanks
Yeah.
for stopping by.
Well, I'm gonna come up here. I want to see who it was that came in. Now it's gonna drive me crazy. It was, oh, here it is, Twin Brook Acres.
Twin Brook Acres.
Hello. Maybe they were already here, but that was the first time I saw a comment. So hello. And then Eric said, it's gotta go. So bye, Eric. I hope you're able to work on your poem. You never shared it. And then daffodils, strawberries are blooming. Oh, look, it's strawberries. Yeah.
Oh, she's in Alabama.
We've been eyeing our strawberries. And then Bryce says, I know spring is close when I start tapping maple trees. Oh, all kinds of stuff moving.
And the frogs, that's right. Yeah, we've been hearing the frogs too.
I like them. You know, I remember getting like annoyed with them. I'm like, I'm done with these dumb frogs. Like they make so much noise. And then they went away and then I missed them. And now they're back and I'm like, yes.
It's weird because you can hear them like in masses. You know, there's thousands of these frogs somewhere. Okay, maybe not thousands, but there's a lot of frogs, and they're hard to find.
Yeah.
Those little guys, like
they're ninjas.
I don't know where they're at.
The only thing is, like, when you do run into them, it's like totally unexpected. And it's like a little like heart check, like it's right there. So I didn't mean to yell in your ear.
Goodness.
Sorry, that's how it was. And then Twin Brook mentioned they were here for a little while. So thank you. We appreciate you being here.
So I will be putting out a video tomorrow, and it's gonna be kind of a long. How do they call that? Like a long version. Not a whole lot of editing. It's kind of a property walk around. So there was a little break in the snow, and it was nice to be outside.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a couple of cool things. I mentioned the one lamb that was born this week, our first lamb. And there's a couple other things in that video. If you check it out, it'll be coming out tomorrow.
And Don Ramon would get it. Spoilers. Can't give out too much. Not Don Ramon. It was Don Time Lord, but there's something in between there. He would get it.
Don Thomas.
Don Thomas, that's what it was.
Don Thomas, the Time Lord.
Yeah. We have a friend that's Don Ramon, so that's why I went there. But it's Don Thomas. He would get the joke. Or any other Doctor Who fan. Let's see here.
The Spring Peepers.
Oh yeah, Twin is mentioning I have just come in from tapping her maples or his maples, and I know that he mentioned it earlier, so that's really new. We actually went to go see that maple thing. No, it was a honey thing. Remember when we first moved here?
It was maple too. They did honey and maple.
That's right, and that was really neat.
Yeah, we'd like to do some sugar maple tapping. We have some sugar maples down in the lower part of our property where there's kind of this, it's about a 1 acre portion of soggy area. And there's a bunch of they're younger maples. I'd guess they're probably between 7 and 10 years old. And that'd be cool to tap some maples. I'm sure we could go to the woods. Our neighbors have some woods. We could tap some maples.
So Ashley mentioned, congrats on the sheep. Bye for now. So bye, Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley, make sure you connect with us. Please send me an email. It'd be cool to meet up with you guys if you're close enough.
Mm-hmm.
Send some information back and forth. We'd love to help you out.
Yeah, and then Bryce said that they're running 30 this year. That's pretty good.
30 taps.
Mm-hmm. I mentioned it to Twin Brook Acres, but that's pretty neat. It's a lot of trees.
Some of these guys are doing hundreds of trees. But yeah, that's 30 more than we're doing.
It's true.
Yeah, we're not doing any, but that would be cool. So I'm actually just recently I saw, I think it was a channel called An American Homestead, and he was talking about just using the sap and not even turning it into syrup in his coffee. So I didn't know that that would have any flavor to it.
Yeah, neither did I.
Just using the sap right out of the tree like that.
You know what's funny is that when we got snowed in, I drink coffee every morning, and I ran out of creamer, and so we're trying to figure out what I should use. And I had a whole bunch of sweet condensed milk, and I was like, oh, I'll just use that, and it was really good. I was surprised because you mentioned coffee, so it brought that. So I was talking to my twin sister about it, and I was like, hey, you know, I put this in there. She's like, sister, don't you remember my nana used to put it in there like all the time? I'm like, no. But it was delicious. And so if you've never had the sweet condensed milk, it is really good in coffee. So, yeah.
There's your tip of the day. I haven't done a tip of the day video in a long time.
Yeah.
My dad said something up here that I missed. I didn't say. He says he knows spring is close when the snow melts down to below a foot deep. Yeah, my dad's up in upper New York, and they get a lot of snow. Swarmstead, hello. So we normally shut down this live stream around 5 o'clock. Man, you guys are all coming in at the end.
Yeah.
Don't make me extend this now.
And then Bar mentioned, Bar Run Forge said they got to go. So they're
Bar Run, we really appreciate your input.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. God bless you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of yourself out there. I'll have to catch the replay.
Yeah, and then we Free Handy just came in.
Free Handy made.
Yeah, hello.
That's Nisi. I've been watching some of Nisi's stuff. She's up in Montana. Oh, that has a little AU on it. Maybe that's a different channel. I don't remember seeing that on there. AU, I think that's short for Australia. Look at now, everybody's jumping on here, going crazy.
Just woke up from a beauty nap. Oh, actually I intended to have a beauty nap today.
I took like a 1 hour nap before the live stream.
Actually, I had to wake him up and be like, hey, love, you gotta set that thing up.
Yeah.
But I got distracted, and so I didn't. Sad but true. So we're almost close to wrapping it up. Is there any questions you guys had?
I want to thank Daniel from Copperhead Ranch channel for helping us out with the moderation.
Is it ranch?
Copperhead Road. Why do I always say that? My sister lived on a street that was called, what was it called?
Greyhawk.
Greyhawk Ranch Road. So I always throw that ranch in there.
Yeah. See, ranch. That's why it was all ranch.
I say that quite often. Copperhead Road. And Copperhead Road has a live stream in 3 hours at 8 o'clock. AU stands for gold. Yeah, the periodic table of elements, I believe so. Yeah, we are in Shed Wars. We signed up. We got in. As far as I know, the draft is in 10 days. And they'll pick teams. And we're
Mm-hmm. And then Copperhead said rest. That's why when you said it, I threw me off. I'm like, I don't think ranch is in his name.
yeah, somewhere in the
Aquarius, he does that too. I miss up on his name a lot too. You know, your wife's name, it's Rua, right?
Rua, yeah.
The first couple of times I saw it, I was like, what does that say? I'm like, now I know how other people feel as I see it. I'm like, my brain was not computing. And so Paul told me what it was. But I finally got it. Yeah.
Oh, it does have an I in it. When I write it, I usually just write R-U-A. Okay. Yeah, so Nisi with Freehandly Made. This is the weekly spot that we normally that we have been using for like, what is it, about 10 weeks now. So I wouldn't say that it's a spot that we want. We're actually looking for something probably, I'm thinking on Friday or Saturday evening, something that has a little more traffic to it. But I know there's a ton of stuff running, and I didn't want to just jump in there when there's other people and have to compete with them. So
Do you have an email her?
yeah, I sent her an email, but she said that they didn't. They were working on a list.
And then Allison said, "Nice to see you guys. I appreciate."
Yeah, Allison.
Those talk. Yeah.
We're gonna have to plan a visit, one way or the other. You guys coming over here?
Well, she's working right now. So
or us going over there? Yeah, we can go over there. We've been meaning to go over there actually. We were talking about that, but the cold stopped us, slowed us up.
And then Homestead Aquarius mentioned that they call them Homestead Aquarium sometimes. So
That's kind of fitting though, because he does a lot of frog stuff. It's kind of aquarium related.
And then Linecrest said Saturday morning is surprisingly good.
Oh, so Farmer Q, you have success on Saturday morning? That's not a bad time for us, Saturday morning.
Oh, you mentioned to Freehandly, is that what you're talking to? So 6 p.m. through 8 p.m. Where is it? Eastern time is open on Saturday nights.
So that would be 5 to 7 our time. That would be just fine. I'll send you an email, Freehandly Made. Thanks for bringing that up, and thanks for stopping by.
And then Copperhead mentioned his dad's name, but I'm afraid to say it out loud in case I say it wrong. See, it's right there.
My dad's name is Whipple. It's supposed to be gardening, not tadpoling. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we do appreciate you all coming by, even those of you who came a little later. Maybe next Sunday we'll catch you a little earlier in our live stream. And want to thank you all for coming.
Yeah, this one's a little different because we didn't really have a...
Yeah, this was just more of a chit chat. We didn't have a themed topic.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know I did quite a bit of laughing and yelling in Paul's ear. Sorry.
Well, not a problem.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Keep an eye out for our video coming out tomorrow. And we'll see you guys on the next one.